Can I have a moment?
Yeah, why do you feel this way? It's like no matter what you do, you feel like you're not adequate. People think that you're a loser, that you basically are just a mistake, and that you are a waste of oxygen, and your feels suck, and making memories about you to tell you to go clear yourself for your fetish, and not liking your videos.
How to get that out of my system. I even did that when I was doing a reaction of an episode of All Grown Up, unless I got blocked. Honestly, I think I'm going insane. I apologize. I just had to share it because as a person that is suicidal, and yes, I am suicidal, you feel you're burdened every day to the point you shouldn't even be alive. That you're maybe a curse to other people around you, or that you shouldn't be breathing oxygen and letting another baby being born to actually take your place, so that your mom can weep until she gets a heart attack, and basically just seen as a freak. I apologize that you actually had to hear the vent. I had to use that little timer off my phone. So the thing is, basically, besides going through a quarter life crisis, I just had to make another video about why I've been feeling suicidal. I hate my voice. I hate my looks. I do. Okay? I don't like to be called bro, man, or dude, by the way, or homie, after I mentioned. So I hope that if you basically have someone put on that video that you actually keep with that in mind. I just do not like hearing that. I feel like I'm a loser. I don't know why. I hate sounding like I'm whining. After I was watching a video from Shimmer's channel called Never Give Up. It's such an inspirational channel. I basically relate to how that man feels about himself, because as a man myself, right, even though I have a body of a 13-year-old, at least the height of a 13-year-old, I think, or at least of a tall 12-year-old, I think, I don't know, I'm not good at measuring heights, I'm just really short, but, I'm never the type of person that can actually build connections with other people. Okay, and I'm so demanding when I said okay. Oh my gosh, I'm so tired. Was actually kind of excited to actually go for my walk today just to get some groceries, and it's like 3:24. But since I've been like so glued on how many views I got on my channel, I feel my videos suck and that people don't like them anymore, and that I should just hurt myself for it. I always been feeling like I'm not good enough of a person. I'm trying to figure out why I feel this way. Sorry, my brain hurts. It's just that I'm so tired because I have not. I did sleep last night. I don't know what time though. And basically for me, since I go through a lot of stress, and no one's gonna watch this. I know no one is. So I'm overthinking it. Dion, take your time. Take your time. People are so judgmental and shallow on here because they care about white people like PewDiePie or Just Scout Type that basically have good looks and they got over 10 million subscribers and they'll poop like us black people do. Sorry, I'm being racist right now. I'm going ballistic. I'm gonna put my phone down. I just feel in my life, okay, like I feel I'm not good enough for anyone. Like, I make a lot of these videos because I thought that a lot of people like them. Like, putting a fake facade just to feel that... Okay, YouTube is really being fucking stressful right now. I'm not enjoying it. I'm not. I feel like I want to get a fucking meltdown. It's so much fucking work. Just seeing like how a lot of these creators that have like $500,000 equipment and basically having a lot of friends they can make videos with. You know, I don't have any friends, okay? Acquaintances, yeah, okay, it doesn't count. Like, basically just have someone to tell me, like, are you doing okay? Do you need someone to talk to? Or do you want to go out maybe eating some McDonald's and getting yourself a spicy chicken sandwich? You know, my mom and my brother and I actually went out to McDonald's the other day. You know, I just feel like I'm a fucking worthless loser, which I am. Okay, and I know that's not attractive. I would rather just be honest about myself than just trying to make someone else comfortable for my own misery, so to speak. It's just that for me, and I apologize for the fan. It's just that with all the harassment I face throughout YouTube, people that made memes about me that I still can't get over of, and even someone making a channel called Young Garth Council just because I had some meltdowns in my live stream and having the police coming over to my house because I've been swatted and people laughing that I actually got in handcuffs and they got arrested. They just took me to the mental facility. They treat me not so well inside that mental facility. Like, I was in the worst position when I got out before I actually got in, when my mom picked me up the next day. I just feel I'm broken because a lot of people don't really like me on YouTube. That's why I thought that I could actually do something that's popular, just to actually have people like me. Because the thing is that for me, I'm so obsessed with social media because I am so isolated that I just feel like if I actually have one person comment my videos, they'll like me. And that, Dion, people like your videos if they comment. If they don't comment your videos, they keep watching. They're just laughing at you because they don't want to give you support. I'm just so paranoid because every single person, even a baby being born, is going to hate me until I turn 80. How much time do I have? Okay, I'm fine. I got 20 minutes on me. So I'm trying to think. I'm not going to be able to go for a walk today in this condition. I just want to share something on Reddit that I've been reading. Where is it? If you have a friend, I don't have any, suffering from suicidal thoughts, what would you tell them? Let's see. Basically, depression is a hell of a thing that darkness uses a lot and affects everyone differently. If you're suffering, don't suffer alone. It's hell, which I am in hell right now. And not everyone has the strength or stubbornness to keep fighting. I'm basically one of them that cannot struggle right now. I can't talk right now, by the way. Basically, you will listen to them, acknowledge their suffering, offer commerce and support, acknowledge your limitations and your ability to help them, and offer to help them find a therapist if it gets to that extreme. And yeah, and oh boy, I think it's because of all the constant stress. Oh boy. Okay, I think I'm okay. I forgot what I was talking about. Basically, for me, I have been suicidal since I think I got bullied by my teacher. I think this all started, had said something to them, telling him, hey, basically what you actually had done was really childish if you're as an adult. But of course, I'm not the type of person that likes to confront people like that because that's not the adult way of doing that. That's just not how I was raised. Basically, for me personally, I grew up being a special ed. Oh dear. I think because of all that trauma, I think I kind of hurt my hearing or my jaw. Oh dear. The thing is, for me personally, I wasn't that type of person that really had belonged anywhere growing up. From basically trying to make friends, trying to talk to people, and oh boy, I'm like hearing like a crack, like when you're actually eating the those like little sour like crackle pops. Oh boy, I think I'm hearing that from my left side of my brain. Ugh. Stress. Basically for me, I always have been pushed around. People didn't like me because the way I dressed at first. And that also special ed because we actually had to get more help growing up because I actually had 2 teachers that actually helped us. The thing is basically, when we get back to the 8th grade bullying part, the thing is that I guess he was a bully, but he wasn't much of a bully. He was just a really strict teacher. Basically, I remember the very first incident that I really experienced bullying was when basically the teacher called me out because I was actually chatting with like a couple other students at our table. And then when he told me to actually move to somewhere else, because I always got in trouble by him for some odd reason, basically a group of these like 6 boys in this table, I think it was 5 of them. I don't think the table was that big. The classroom has gotten so quiet. This is basically when I actually had to take extra classes out of my special ed class. It was like not a strategy for success. It was like some type of like reading class that I actually had to take. Basically the whole class, I think it was like probably like 30 of us, were staring at me. And I felt so embarrassed because I actually had like a bag of like my books that basically I had to carry from one classroom period to another. And I didn't have a backpack because we couldn't carry backpacks, I think, because I don't know why. I guess that's the school's policy, which doesn't make sense. We should be able to carry backpacks. We didn't even have lockers, by the way. And basically, these kids, they're all boys, by the way, in this table, they just give me the meanest look ever. I was 13 at the time, when I was in 8th grade. And that was probably like my worst day, my worst school day of my whole life. Of all the grades I've been in, that's probably like the worst day that I have ever experienced as a kid, so to speak. Because not only all the kids didn't like to be around me, especially the other classes I had to take, they didn't like to talk to me. They basically would turn like their chair the other way to talk to the other boys, especially how they kind of like dress gangster kinda. And this being made fun of when I was in special ed. I didn't tell my teacher about this because, well, I just thought that that's how it is back in school, and I accepted it. And then when I was in my freshman year, I did got picked on by this principal, this Irish principal that was a bitch towards everyone from our language. And I remember even like this kid that would actually act gay around his other friends, his boyfriend, so to speak, and he would actually act homophobic and told me that he would actually, well, I don't think he would beat me up, but let's just say he actually really aggressive just because I may have touched him and whatnot, and I was scared of him. And he was a Mexican guy that I know. I don't want to say any names, but, you know, I didn't like him. Like, I was scared of him, I guess. He was really intimidating, and he was, like, the popular kid. Kind of like how, I think his name was Steve from American Dad would get picked on by the girls. Well, basically, the bully would actually get the girls. So it's kind of like that, but the gay version, so to speak. And people didn't like to be around me that much. And I didn't have any long-lasting friendships since then. And I have been in special ed ever since I can remember, since, like, when I was in the first grade. I remember in the kindergarten how this all happened was when I actually almost left the school. I think it was like, I don't remember the name of the school when I was in kindergarten now, but I didn't like to be around a lot of loud noises, to the point I actually would hide from the table, and basically my mom would have to pick me up because the teachers actually had to put me into the office in a timeout room and sleeping on the floor, of course, because the way I acted, because I could stand out the noise. How much time do I got left? Okay, good. I got like another 10 minutes left over. And basically for me though, I was a really malfunction, well, not really malfunction. Let's just say I was not a functional kid growing up because of how I basically didn't act normal like everyone else. I wasn't like a troublemaker or anything. It's just that my brain worked way differently than everyone else did. And I just couldn't like make connections with other people. And besides me being in high school, including the part that I actually wanted to talk about, me being bullied for the very first time, which is by my teacher. I guess you can call it bullying. In a way, you know, he wasn't a bully because of how the whole class actually did not like to be around me. I remember even when I was in high school, I would actually have to just take a photo for these girls that were taking photos together, and they like to take photos with me. And I was walking throughout the stadium. It was like around downtown. I think when we actually had the Phoenix State Fair, I basically walked around. No one liked to talk to me, and I was just by myself, especially when I got my diploma. You know, I remember talking to a couple other friends, but I was by myself. Even though I'm glad I left high school because, well, honestly, everyone just seems superficial and not mature in the head, as high schoolers. But the thing is, for me though, it just took me around forever that, like, yeah, this is how you are for life. Like, no one would want to be friends with you. They basically didn't like you just because you're darker skinned, or because you sound like a woodchuck that's trying to basically write a chalkboard in basically science class to the point you actually break the students' ears, and also even being used as a sex toy or a sex doll by other men. And yes, I actually have been a victim of rape and also being called a faggot a couple of times. I didn't got beaten up or anything, thank Buddha for that, but people, or at least a man, didn't like to be around me. Girls, I don't probably because I don't like girls, and that's different. But basically, I have never been accepted around the gay community, so to speak, especially on those gay apps, which I started using a long time ago that gave me trauma to the point I almost could got myself a disease, and I actually did almost caught one without me knowing it. And well, this other things actually has happened to me, from getting my phone stolen, to being gang banged, I guess, and this basically getting blocked after asking for a face photo. The man won't even tell me that they're not interested. They'll just basically ask for a face photo when I send them one. Like when I was sending like me just holding my Pokemon book, drawing book, or my diary, I would just see the messages that, well, they blocked me. Like, basically, like, while I'm waiting for the response, they vanish. Because, oh, like, I don't want to be around this faggot, I'm gonna block him. Or, I mean, it'd be kind of weird that they think I'm underage because I have my age on there, right? And I never liked myself because of how the way I was treated all my life. Like, I felt like this is a curse. Like, I actually have the devil's, horn and tail effect. Like, beyond, this is basically your hell. You're breathing, yeah, you basically got a roof over your head, and you basically, can watch How to Train Your Dragon, and having your plush Deku plushie with you, and being very short, that you like to be short. However, though, you struggle with depression since that incident of the teacher calling you out, and the whole class turning against you, basically the teacher being somewhat a bully that kind of started this trauma, being a victim of being raped by many men, getting hit by random objects towards other people, getting called a faggot a couple of times here and there, and no one wants to be friends with you. Basically, this is like my curse, and I've been having depression since that bullying incident. And I think that's when I started to self-harm as well, when I was 13. And I haven't count how many days I've been clean of self-harm. I know it's probably like 230 or something. It's up there. But I actually was the type of person that felt like I would belong somewhere. And this is like my fate, that I'm unlikable. My voice is a pain to be listened to. That's why people click off my videos, and that's okay. I freak out a lot because I'm a really sensitive person, because I'm a low-functioning autism, and basically not wanting to tell anyone about my suicidal thoughts or my depression, because I know I'm going to annoy them, and that I would be a burden, and that they basically are not my cure. Like, no one can cure me. I had to cure myself, and I just had to live with that. I had to just basically be alone for the rest of my life. Would I like to go on a date with a boy without any sex? Yes. But that's not going to happen. I know it won't. I set my fate. And I'm being negative, but in an honest way, because I don't want to say, oh, I'll definitely find like a cute 6'5" guy that's actually hold hands with at the San Francisco Bridge in gay pride or something. That's never going to happen. And they say never say never. Well, basically, that's the opposite. It's not going to happen means it's not going to happen. So, I basically just want to share with the trauma that I basically have run through. I know I'm not making any sense because I'm so stressed up, my mind is overthinking. It's just that basically for me, for being bullied throughout school, and even being bullied throughout online, in the past few years, it has really taken a toll towards me. Especially after I did told the police officers, the Phoenix police officers, that I got one person that harassed me online. They didn't care, and they actually invalidated my issue. They say, what do you want me to do about it? They could at least be a little bit more kind-hearted, especially after the text messages I sent them, after just one person that wanted to basically draw penises on basically a photo of me that he screenshotted off a video that I did while working out at night, it really has hurt me a lot, because a lot of people tend to encourage this behavior, and I'm just thinking like, Dion, this is how people are, and you're just the one that just gotten a bad omen in your life. You've probably been, I don't know. It's just hard to explain it. Some people are just meant to suffer. Some other people are meant to be supported. And people never liked me growing up, I guess, because I kind of exaggerate my videos a bit. I just do that just to see the bright side of things. Especially my workouts reaction video that I actually uploaded, or at least I want to. I just had to put a fake facade so that I won't see myself like this. But yeah, I never been liked by anyone. I always been hated by everyone, especially on the internet. And speaking of the internet, with me being seen as a meme, I know nobody even bother commenting on that. I know I'm asking for so much, because I feel like I'm a loser. Like, everyone's gonna laugh at me for this, and that's okay. Basically, it is getting old with me saying this over and over again. Like, people saying that, oh, Dion is a brony, or he basically is this hideous monkey that has no friends, and he lives with his mom,